Hello and welcome back to today's episode of Young and Gifted. My name is Anaya Balcom and I had the pleasure of interviewing
TLA!
All right, period. So can we just get everyone's names and your positions?
Okay, I can go first. My name is Jada Forbes and I serve as the Student Government Association President.
Hi, my name is Asiya Abdul Kareem and I serve as Student Government Association Vice President.
Hey guys, my name is Darius L.A. and I serve as the Student Government Association Recording Secretary.
Hey everyone, I'm Nai Smar and I serve as Student Government Association Treasurer.
And my name is Lebanon Shino and I serve as the Student Government Association's Corresponding Secretary.
Okay, well thank you so much for joining me today. So my first question is, what inspired you all to join, the Student Government Association?
Who will go first? Well, okay. Well, everybody's looking at me. So I guess I'll go. So I kind of just took baby steps throughout my whole college journey. Freshman year, I was president intern of an organization. I then became sophomore class president. Then I did Miss Junior. And then after that, I didn't really know what I wanted to do senior year, but I knew I still wanted to have an impact. So I kind of just had to sit and pray with myself and see what direction did God really want me to go on. And it led me to SGA president with my VP and my amazing board.
I guess. I started out with my freshman year. I was the freshman class vice president, and then the spring semester I took on the president role. And then sophomore year I had took a break. I was the RA, and then junior year I ran for CAD president, but I lost. So I guess, and then I was actually almost done after that. But then it led me to working with someone very great.
Yeah, I was about to say, nice.
We was on a couch. And I was like, I don't know. I wasn't serious. I was never going to get back into it. I was like, I'm done with SGA.
Yeah, we were both joking. We were both done.
I'm joking. I was for real. I was
No, I'm
serious.
talking about not doing anything senior year. We was really just you want to know what? We want to be young and turn like everybody else.
I was for real. I wasn't joking.
No, I'm talking about we were joking about running.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I was trying to be outside. I wasn't trying to do all that. And then, ended up running.
Okay.
Well, me, freshman year, I just wanted to do student leadership. I wanted to do something different other than playing football. I was originally supposed to come here and play football, and I didn't. So I got into student leadership. I did a lot of things with my org, GB, freshman year, then became a sophomore. Then now I'm on SGA, and I just want to keep upping it until I graduate.
Okay, here. Oh, sorry. Can you just move the mic over a little bit for them?
So freshman year, I came in just ready to play lacrosse. I had committed here for that, and I tore both of my labrums immediately. So I already knew I was going to have to redshirt for 2 years, and I wasn't in any student leadership, but I was in the honors program, so that was my first step, and I ran for Miss Honors, and I immediately lost. So I learned pretty early on what it was like to lose in the campaign, but then I ended up being sophomore class corresponding secretary and treasurer for that, and then the following year, I was like, okay, I've done an internship with JP Morgan. I see how people manage money, and I still want to make an impact. So I'm going to run for this, and I'm going to hopefully win this time. And now here we are.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I know for me, when I came here when I was a freshman, I kind of was very social butterfly. I was just outside. But then as time went on, I started to actually talk to people and hear the issues that they had on campus. So I was like, what kind of impact can I make that kind of relates to what I like to do in my free time, which is making media and being on social media, to kind of create a change. So I was like, okay, maybe I should do this corresponding thing. And I was like, what kind of people am I going to work with? And then I ended up getting them, and I was like, they're not bad. So, together we continue to do as much as we can, because it hasn't been easy.
Right.
But we have made a lot of it.
What you truly want to say, we became a family. It's okay.
Yeah, we became a little family.
I wasn't on that road path. I went the opposite direction than you. You went the family way. I went the, all right.
No, we call ourselves the legendary edition. We were supposed to be new edition. No, we were supposed to be new edition for Halloween, right? She the Bobby in the group. Yeah.
Okay.
You ever go to a family reunion and you get that one family member that's just always got an attitude and would then want to be nice some days? They be like, hey, you want a piece of candy? That's her.
That's her. That's literally
See,
her.
no, that's crazy. That's a crazy statement to say on air. How you gonna do her like that?
She all right. I love her to death, though.
But we love her.
You love
Okay,
her.
we love our VP.
At least the love is there.
Yeah.
So
Your smile emoji.
She gonna talk about this in the group chat. Why would y'all say that?
Mental note.
I'm gonna send her an emoji when she land on
Like
the piece
this,
of,
like,
on the ground like this.
Mental note.
Yo, I'm crying.
So now, obviously, as everyone can see, you all had this family dynamic. So, and I think that also comes with being at a HBCU as well, because once you come here, you're always promised this family dynamic. So I feel like that's what you have within your group, obviously. So I wanted to know, like, how has just being here at HBCU also changed your leadership style?
They made me. I've had many people before me, and they have made me like see the world in a real place. Like they took me out of La La Land. That's what I want to say. They took me out of like thinking that like stuff is a smooth this. They was like, nah. Like they really opened my eyes. Like they started my frontal lobe development. They was like, nah, bro, you gotta go look at it. Like a little example, like I would put. I remember I was doing a panel for something, and I wanted Cece on there. I got cussed out so bad. They said, you don't never put no nickname on no this or that. You use your first name. You use your government. Like, they laid it out. And it's like, and it really goes into, like, leader, like, all of it, I feel like. So, like, from that moment forward, I just seen things at obviously some other things as well, but I just seen things at, like, a clearer scale, I want to say. Because it's, like, as little things like that, literally, that matters and that means more than you may think.
Yeah, I think for me, it just showed me that, like, to get to where you want to go, like, you can't just always be by yourself. Like, you have to rely on other people or, like, you will burn out. Like, I burnt out, like, I think either, like, my sophomore or junior year. Like, after, it was just, like, I was carrying too much. Like, I was trying to do too much, but I wasn't relying on the people that were around me or, like, my board members or just, like, my team, period. So, like, even now, like, I try to make sure that I incorporate them in the stuff that I'm doing or just, like, know, okay, if I have a lot going on, like, I have people that I could lean on and I could tell them, like, what's going on. They'll be like, you want to know what? Okay, you need a day? Like, cool. And it's the same thing for them.
Yeah, so personally, like me, it's like HBCU taught me how to gather information with either connections or meeting people. Because once you start getting one connection, that one connection is going to get you in rooms to meet other connections, and this is going to go forward. And that's how I feel like that's how you become a great thing of a family, where you're able to push forward and get other opportunities because of those people that you're actually meeting, and you're actually introducing yourself and making it known that you want to be here.
I'd say for me, it's been being able to find a balance, because it's like, obviously we do our leadership stuff together, but being able to also bond with them outside of it, because the bond outside is just as important. But I also think one thing that I've realized is how often it is that the alumni will come back. So like just with inauguration, having our successors, being able to like come back and give us advice, and I hope that we'll all be able to do the same for everybody that comes after us.
They kind of took everything I wanted to say. No, it'd be for real.
No, I'm so sorry. I don't have nothing to say.
My bad. So for the next time, we'll start from here. We'll give you, it'll be more fair. But the answers that you all gave were great, because I feel like that really sums up the HBCU experience. Having somebody there that is giving you that tough love, being like, okay, you can't, just do it like this. You have to open your eyes to more. Having people to lean on. Again, it all ties back to that whole family dynamic. So now I have a question for the seniors. So now as a senior, how have you been juggling, the responsibilities that come with, being in these SGA roles as well as preparing for graduation?
I feel like it's no way to like really prepare for it. Like,
Man.
even if you think like you're so prepared going into senior year, like you realize, especially like with being in like a student leadership position like we are, like you're really not prepared. Like anything could be thrown at you any second. It's like you're juggling SGA responsibilities. You're also still in class. You're trying to figure out like what you're gonna do after you graduate. If it's like applying for grad school, or for me, like I'm applying to post-bac programs for like to lead me into medical school. So it's like you're still trying to like juggle everything, but still make sure like everything is getting done.
Right.
I say all the time, I need to stop treating this semester like it's not my last. Man,
Aw.
it's like I don't have it's nothing else after this. So it's like it's real. It's a hard reality. Like it's like no matter like if you it's no I'm tired. There's no I can't. There's no nothing is you gotta just go. It's hard. It's not easy. How do I bounce? I don't know. I can't tell you because I go. You know what I tell them? They be like, 11 will text me like, "What you doing at 10 o'clock?" I'm like, I go by the hour. I don't know. You gotta give me time. Like I literally live by the hour. I don't even live by the day no more because it's so much. Just by the hour. I gotta get to 10 when I get to 10. I gotta get past 5, 6, 7, 8 first. So it's like it's definitely hard. But I want to say I'm doing it.
It's like I heard it.
Sorry. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know how I'm doing it. I can't even give you an answer. By the hour. That's the answer.
So now that you have these leadership roles that you're in right now, do you see like leadership being something that you want to continue going into after college? Like, what does life after college look like for you all?
Well,
You can talk about your job because you got a job.
a job.
Okay, so I'm a senior now. I'm doing it in 3. I'm going to be moving to Texas after this, and I'll be at JP Morgan full time, working in finance. I think for me, it's starting to hit me now that like, dang, this is my 3rd year. I'm about to leave, and it's like when you get to the corporate world, it's like they don't really care that you did leadership. So it's like I want to make my impact here, but I know once I leave here did you complete the work that your manager asked you to do? And I can see myself leading like business resource groups that whatever company I'm a part of has, and expanding my leadership in that way, as well as still being active in my sorority. But yeah, it's like this is kind of like the final stop. So it's kind of crazy.
And that just sounds amazing because it's like even though, like you're in your 3rd year and you're still trying to figure it out, it sounds like you have so much already figured out. You definitely have more than I have figured out. So I'll give you that right now. I don't even know what I'm having for dinner tonight. And you have, this whole...
You have a full-time job lined up.
Right. So I applaud you on that, completely. I love that. And that's why I love to see, being a part of HBCU because, even though like I might not know you all really well, like the accomplishments that you are listing off, it just makes me proud. So now if you could give and this is for everybody, if you could give your freshman self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Ooh, I'm gonna start it off.
Yeah.
I would definitely say to slow down. You don't have to go outside every day.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to go outside to every single party.
See, that's growth. At least she's acknowledging that she's the problem.
Because it's like, I'm looking back and I was like, I was outside like every single function to the point it was like, oh, somebody will call me and be like, why are you not outside? I'm like, hold on, y'all. So definitely just like take time to slow down and like, also acknowledge that time is going to go by so fast. Like I should not be a junior right now. I should be like a sophomore.
Literally.
Just minding my business.
Right.
But yeah, just taking everything in one day at a time and also like knowing that it's okay to not go to every single party. Because I be telling them to come outside and they don't want to come outside.
Because we've been there and done that.
Yeah, they do.
Like, BSU not the same.
For everybody watching
BSU
who
that.
think that we be outside, that was your proof right there.
Yeah,
we don't
so
go outside.
they don't really
we
be outside.
Don't.
I feel like I'm the more outside person of the group, but I'm taking a step from that role and I'm going to pass it off to somebody else. So...
I'd say the piece of freshman advice that I would give is that not to rely on your friends for opportunities and get comfortable with going by yourself to things because people come to college for different purposes. So I know for me, like I had to get used to just going to the career fairs by myself, going to the Office of Career Services because you have all these people now, but once you graduate, it's just you and yourself and whatever you've made the best of with these 4 years.
Something I'll tell my freshman self is pretty much kind of agree with Nye. Like your friends aren't always in your best interest. So like freshman year, I know for example, some people some of my friends didn't understand like me going into like student leadership and thought it was a joke, honestly. So they actually seen the work I was putting in and actually the things that I was doing. And then they wanted to applaud me after that. But like, I'm like, when I was going through it, and putting in the work to try to become in these positions, you thought I was a joke. Right. So I would just say like, you gotta pick and choose who your friends really are, and understand that not everybody's gonna really be there for you.
Y'all think y'all wise, huh?
Like, you ain't even have to do all that.
They spitting like
that was very
they
wise.
spitting like y'all wise. I would tell myself, I want to say, so instead of saying, I want to say be quiet. That's what I would tell myself, be quiet. I'm so fast to try to put somebody on, or I'm so fast to try to give something to somebody or show somebody something. I never really, just be quiet. Just let it be. Just be quiet. Just let it be. Whatever's written is written. Just let it be. I do a lot of trying to write a story that's already written. Just be quiet. Just let it be.
I would say really, like Lev said, like soak in every moment and like really be present. I feel like I still have a problem with just going and going and going and going and not really taking the steps to realize like, wow, I just made it here. Like I just accomplished that. So like really just giving myself a pat on the back more often.
I love that. And I think too, especially like as a freshman, you think that like everything is super dire. Like I have to be at this party. I have to go to
Yeah, I thought it and I did it.
What would you tell your
outside.
future self, your freshman self?
I would tell my freshman self, I don't know, because it's in the middle because we don't have court vibes as much anymore. So I would tell myself to go out, but at the same time, the way I was really trying to go out to those court vibes, you would have thought it was my last day on this campus. I was like, no, we have to go. Like we have to. Like please let me go out. Like yeah. So I would say just calm down. Not everything is super dire. And I completely agree with what everyone is saying because too also like you do have to find the like security to go by yourself to career fairs and stuff like that because when you text your friends, some of your friends do not want to go to a career fair, so they're like, girl, what, I'll see you tonight at dinner. So it's like you have to be ready to let go and grow your own wings because once we graduate and we leave here, that's really how the real world is going to be. So now I wanted to know, since you gave yourself like a piece of advice as a freshman, what is something that you wish somebody would have told you prior to taking your SGA position?
You want to know
You
what's
wanna
actually
start?
crazy? Like, I asked so many people about SGA before I really got into it. Like, even, like, SGA presidents at other schools. And, like, nothing they said prepared me for this. Like, they told me, like, it was going to be hard. And, like, like, the hard days, they going to really be hard. And, like, the good days, they going to be good. But, like, it just feels like, I don't know. Like, really just go into every day with a fresh mind. Like, like, you can't carry what happened yesterday into the next day because it's going to ruin, like, what opportunities are within that day, if that makes sense. But that's like with life, but...
Yeah, I agree with Jada. Pretty much. You can't prepare for this.
I feel like it's everybody's own rule.
Yeah, pretty
like
much.
so regardless of what, you can give everybody the same puzzle, but they're not gonna put the same pieces together. Like it's not gonna.
You wise.
Like it's not
Told you she an old head. That was an old head saying.
So, it's not gonna like it's nothing could have prepared any of us for it because I feel like even with being like the let's talk about a chain of command or something like that, like you can't prepare them to like deal with somebody else or we can't prepare to deal with somebody else. So it's like that's where the relationship and the family aspect I think comes into it because how we deal with each other or how we are in our roles depends on each other. Like what we do comes from each other. How our succeeds comes from each other. So it's like you can't really, that depends on our dynamic, I think. Like you really can't prepare for that.
You also got to think about them. Vice president and president runs together. You got three that just
fall under
that's really how it is. So you never understand how those positions gonna act. Those people are gonna collide together, right? Because you would never thought us five would collide it really well together.
It was a very weird group at first.
You get what I'm saying? It's four girls and one male.
Again.
Literally, that's again. Like I was Mr. Sophomore last year, and we worked a lot hand in hand with our sophomore class board, all women.
Right.
So I was
Girls
like,
running the world.
I was one male again, but I'm pinning work, so it don't even matter. But I love these group. I love this group, and I'm just glad it was able to come together and we was able to work together throughout this year.
I'm sorry, can you push the mic over a little bit? Yeah.
I feel like everybody told me it would be hard, but because I was like, okay, I've already seen finance. I know what companies I could reach out to. You don't realize how much further in advance you need to request money because of how long it takes. Like, realistically, if you want money next year, you need to start asking for it now because businesses will make their plan for like per quarter. So it's like by the time that you're ready for Black History Month or whatever event we have, it's like, oh, you got to figure that out and it's crunch time. So yeah, I'd say that's probably the one thing I wasn't like super prepared for, but you know, we always figure something out.
I think for me, because of social media aspect, there's some crazy people that be talking to us sometimes in the DMs. Like, it's just this one girl. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Cece specifically. Like, she would always just text us and reply to our story about anything. It was like,
Not too much about New York.
They talking about me.
Child, like, she was just
That's
always,
hard,
like,
though.
replying to our story. She doesn't do it anymore, but it was just like,
I
sometimes
will
people
reply
talk
back
us.
to her. No,
Yeah.
I'll reply back to her religiously. It was like, yes,
Like, stop. Like, she is just, like, so, like, wow.
She
But
knows.
just in general, I think the aspect of, like, social media, kind of, like, seeing how people interact with each other, because sometimes it's pleasant, sometimes it's not. And just seeing, like, how, like, some people that,
That's funny.
wow, like, it's just, some people talk really crazy to one another. Like, it's just, wow. Like, you would be so surprised. Because I was so surprised. Like, it's just wow.
Wow, y'all look.
Like, especially that girl. Like, she just always used to reply.
I thought you was talking about the alumni who always apply.
What's the next question?
Or even wait, I feel like even like with us being like the bridge between the student body and administration, like you never really know what you're getting with administration. Like it's always like a half and half. Like if they really like you and like your administration, like y'all are cool. But like if they don't, then it's like and then it's like people like they don't come to us for our opinion on everything, but they do come to us for our opinion on a lot. And it's like, why are you asking me? It's like you be thinking you just a regular student and like you're really in meetings with like all these important people. Like I remember like what did I speak at? Convocation, and I told you I felt like a 5-year-old.
I got the video.
I'm in here with Dr. Mashu. I'm in here with Dr. Allen. Like I'm in here with all like the people on the board of
That's
trustees,
hilarious.
and I'm just a 5-year-old in a playground. Like I really felt like a child. So like you never really get prepared to like be in a room like that. But I feel like it helps us prepare for like the real world. Like
What's
one
to
day
come?
we get into like the workforce, or like now like when she goes into corporate, like you're gonna be the youngest person in the room in some areas. So it's like you have to carry it like, you know, like not like you're one of the oldest, but like, you know, like that same wisdom that they have. Like you can't go in there being childish or just like the way you carry yourself. Like you can't go in there like sagging your pants, hair all messed up. Like you got to make sure that you're carrying yourself in a productive way.
Absolutely, I completely agree, and I'm glad that you all have had this experience. So then, when you get out into the real world, like it's not going to be something that's taking you by surprise. And I feel like that's really what college is all about. So now, as you mentioned, you have had a lot of communication with alumni, with administration. So how does SGA work with the university? With communications, collaborating, all of that stuff. How do you work with the university to bring about change?
You want to go to right? Okay. Well, I would say, since like administration, like a lot of times like they're in their offices, like yeah, like so, like like some of them like they'll come out or like they'll have like students that work under them to like give them the problems, but like the main problems like that they hear about like come from us, if that like makes sense. Like so like we'll tell them like like oh like the emergency towers like they aren't clean, like they'll go out, they'll like change it. So just like making sure that like we're listening to what the student body says. So like we have like our office hours, or we have like a form that students can fill out at any time to tell us like what their problems are, and we just make sure that like we actually like do what we can to make that change happen. Like even if it's not like the next day, like we try to make sure that like we're working towards it and talking to the right people. Why y'all just staring at me like that?
I feel like you summed it up.
I'm done talking.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Does anybody have anything that they would like to add?
That was a great speech.
Yeah, no, she did.
Like say something.
I'm trying to think. How we do it is like, so like how do we I want to say it goes by department or it goes by person. Like so when we first got elected, we went down a list of liaisons to figure out who's going to be the direct contact for which department. So like for example, we know if we have any facility questions, we shoot it right to Darius because he's the liaison for facility, so he talks very closely with their upper person. And if there are any issues, it really is just being able to, it's like she said, if they like your administration, they like your administration. You're gonna have the numbers. You're gonna know if you liked if you have the numbers. If they start giving you this number, they will tell you who to contact if you're okay. But if not, then it's just like they don't like you like that. But no, I think it just depends by, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I really just it depends on like the effort that your administration is putting into. Like if they see like you're trying to make that change happen, they're gonna work alongside you.
Yeah, type of thing. Yeah, like.
And that's like with any student. Like if they see any student that's actually like trying to make a change on campus or actually like trying to do stuff, because it's been like a lot of projects that like we've hopped onto that like they're like, oh, like this student came to me and told me this, that, and the third. So I would just say like students, like don't be afraid to like actually go to like these administrators or even just come to us so we could put you in the right path.
I love that, and thank you so much for that information, because I feel like now that, you know, the student body can, like, you know, see this and hear this, I feel like that will leave them more informed. So before we wrap up, I do have one question. So now, if your time in SGA was a movie, who would play you in the movie? Like, what celebrity?
Beyonce.
Oh my God.
Period.
Oh no.
Denzel Washington.
Okay.
So let's be realistic here if we're gonna do this, okay? We can start over. It's okay.
I am being realistic.
Let's be realistic here.
Okay.
You're not Denzel and you're not B.
So you know what?
Oh.
Let's be realistic. I
Alright,
think Chris Sales can play you.
I don't even know.
What?
No,
On my phone, right? Don't even
like
say
a
it.
Drewski.
Not a Drewski.
Nah, I definitely could.
Nah, not a
Definitely.
Drewski.
I feel like Drew could
Not a
kind of.
Drewski.
I joke
Y'all
about
don't know
it a lot.
Darius and his
Denzel.
catchphrases.
What
Like,
type
I
of
think
movie
y'all
is
don't
this about
know-
to be?
Y'all don't know Darius and his catchphrases. Y'all with everything that Chris Sales say, y'all cannot tell me.
No, I'm.
On his own. I
Let's
don't know.
go be
The person that
Beyonce.
played me, I don't know. I'm not gonna. No, I was gonna be biased and just say
think-
Mercedes.
Oh, we was gonna say Cat Williams.
Oh, but that was funny. Y'all decided to let
No. I
That was
wasn't
funny.
even
That was-
laughing.
Now we can get to naming.
I wasn't even
Y'all
laughing.
know we can get to naming.
Pimpin'.
All right, go ahead. We gonna get
Okay,
that.
but I feel like you should take it as a compliment because
That's a compliment.
it always gave
I
Bob.
can see Jada as like Angela Bassett.
Okay, I can see that too.
Yeah.
Whitney
Y'all see
too.
me as Angela Bassett?
Yeah.
They're piping.
Why?
I feel like, yeah.
So who
Why?
you used to be as? Don't say nothing smart out your mouth.
That's why I'm not talking.
I don't like
Yeah, y'all ever
I
see
see
Natty
myself as like
McPhee?
Viola Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Cece.
My teeth are straight.
Wait,
That's crazy.
is this like a
That's
comment?
crazy.
Is this something serious?
So
It could be like a
Tyler?
like a
I feel like
comedy.
CC has to be somebody that like just do what they want to do. Like
That's why I'm saying Cat.
I'm giving Tariq St. Patrick.
Y'all, I don't think we would get power.
you want to know
That
why?
means I'm ghost.
No,
You're not those.
no, I can see you as a Tommy.
So, to an extent, that's one thing.
Yeah, you're definitely Tommy without like the criminal stuff, of course. But like,
Are you sure? I can see Nye as like an Angela Davis.
What's the girl name?
You're embarrassing.
I'm definitely not giving up on Tommy for you.
The what?
Because you just do what you want to do.
Okay, so let's do
Detective.
power for the next.
Detective.
Lincoln did it.
Oh,
we can't
Angela?
do it. Yeah. That's what I think about. We can't do it. Lincoln already did it. Shout out OU. But yes, that's our
Ansel.
people, I guess. You see that we think we call each. It's funny because
So
we
we
call
have
each other names a
Beyonce,
lot. That's
Angela
why it's funny.
Davis, Drewski, Tommy, Ghost.
That is
That
such
doesn't
a
even line up to what we-
Doesn't like.
because
it's
in
so
what
funny.
world is Beyonce and Ghost
in the same
I'm
room.
about to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
In ours.
Juicy J, bet.
Ooh, maybe I could be.
Or
I don't
Beyonce
know.
and Drewski.
I see
But
this
you know,
Beyonce.
You know,
I
yeah.
don't know. I see Beyonce too. Like I get that. a
I
lot.
feel like I feel like it would.
I can sing a little, but it's not this type of.
Did you just
do you
see
want
me
some
get that a
first?
lot?
Yeah, where do you get that
My voice a
from?
little. Hello.
Like, why are you lying?
they said hello.
Hero.
All right. Well, thank you for your who you think would play you as a celebrity. Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for today. So this is Anaya Balcom and signing out. Bye, guys.
Bye.